Hello and welcome to part 6 of our 7-night Norwegian Fjords cruise on Sky Princess. In this episode we take a trip round Stavanger, we have afternoon tea served in our cabin, we explore the pizza at Sliced Pizzeria, try some new cocktails, review our meal at Bistro Sur La Mer and find a seat in the Good Spirits bar. After waking, we pulled back the curtain to our balcony cabin to review the beautiful Stavanger. As you can see, when we started our stroll, there were very few people around. This is because we started quite early. I thought at one point that Lindsey was going to abandon me. We continued to wend our way down through the cobbled streets. As you can see, the sun was really strong, but it was still a bit chilly. But the streets just went on, and we thoroughly enjoyed walking through them. One thing that did surprise us while we were on our travels was the amount of flora that was around. We didn't realise that at the end of April there'd be so much activity in the gardens, and they were really quite stunning. Look at this particular one on the right hand side. I mean, the gardens were more advanced than they were at home, so perhaps they'd been having a lot more fine weather. As you can see, Lindsey was admiring some of them herself because she does have a passion for gardening. The other thing that was interesting, despite there being over 3,000 passengers on the ship, was the lack of people actually walking around the town. Maybe we'd just gone to different places to everybody else. The streets continued to wend their way through the town with all the beautiful white buildings. It was so spotless, so clean and tidy. Incredible. Every which way you looked. Oh, and look, there was the ship again. We found interesting place after interesting place. Occasionally we bump into some fellow passengers and have a quick chat to them. But on the whole, we were largely left on our own to roam the streets and enjoy. Cherry trees in full bloom. What a wonderful place it was to visit. So after all that walking in those hills, we'd worked up a little bit of an appetite and a thirst.
What's on?
Well, I've just been to Slice to try this so-called legendary pizza at sea. And it's quite nice, but I don't see there's much difference in Sainsbury's £1.50 pizza.
Yeah,
nice.
But the one in Sainsbury's doesn't come with those as well, does it?
No.
No.
So, this is the life. Sky Princess, lunchtime, with a nice strawberry daiquiri and a dirty dog.
Dirty banana.
Oh, a dirty banana, not a dirty. Cheers, Lindsey.
Cheers. Because we can.
That is nice. So we're pretty fed up with the Medallion app at the moment. It was not working at all last night. I did order some drinks at 25 to 3. It's now 3:15. Nothing's happened. So I thought I'd go in and check and see what was happening to my order. And that is all I get. Very pretty.
Yeah, it's not quite like the Wheel of Death, is it?
But not a lot of use.
Go on, hit it and see what happens. Oh, doornail.
Nothing. Say, that's gorgeous.
One more.
What? Oh no, we won't want any dinner tonight. My lord!
Yeah, some of it's not what I think it is.
No. Oh my goodness.
Okay, this is the spoon. Save the sandwiches. And the pastry, your family. There's no salmon, no tuna because
Correct.
allergy.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you
Enjoy
very
your
much.
tea time.
Thank you. Wow. That's special.
Where do you want to start with it?
So, we've just had our afternoon tea delivered to the cabin because we can, because it's one of the treats we get for being an elite guest. And my goodness, look at it.
That's just the cream and
That's
jam.
cream and jam. Oodles of it. Right, take that off, Lindsay. Let's have a look at what else we've got.
And this is sandwiches. Nice.
We've got
Savoury.
sandwiches. Little savoury. Oh, that's interesting. Like a little savoury, but that's salami and something. And oh my goodness.
And then it's staying underneath.
And then we'll take that one off. I'll just temporarily.
Wow.
Princess cakes. Look at it. Wowza. I'll just put that one back on there because I expect we'll have that last. And then what have we got? What have we got in here?
Scones.
So this is. Oh, they're warm. They're hot.
Well, they won't be if you leave them unwrapped.
The scones in here. I'll wrap them back up and tuck them in for the night. So, yeah. Oh,
What we need is another
table. There's so much of it. Oops, nearly dropped them.
So we can start.
So as luck would have it, before we were expecting our afternoon tea between 3 and 4, we ordered a quick gin and a cup of coffee at about 2:30. And our afternoon tea turned up precisely on time, and this has now turned up at 20 to 3, so just over an hour and 10 minutes for a drink. Wow. Just goes to show the Medallion App is the best thing at sea. So as you've seen, we've just received our afternoon tea, complimentary in-cabin afternoon tea. I'm just going to ask Lindsay what she thought of it. So Lindsay, we've had our afternoon tea. What did you think of the sandwiches?
Well, they were much more to my liking than yours. We had 3 little sandwiches each, and we actually had crisps with them because I'd ordered them on room service and they didn't come until some time later. But anyway, they went down very well with the sandwiches. As I say, more to my liking than yours, but yeah, nice.
What did they taste of?
Well, I know that one was ham and cheese. It was very nice. One had salami in it and what can only be described as some sort of horseradishy sort of sauce, and the other one had green in it. No idea. Pesto sort of thing. It was alright. It wasn't the best of the 3.
So we received what we thought was 2 pots of tea, which was really nice, and cups and saucers. What happened when you poured the tea out?
It was water. It was just hot water. So they give you a tea bag each, and then obviously you use the hot water and a nice jug of milk. If you want sugar, all of the different types of sugar were low sugar. Cream tea, low sugar, really. Good job we had some in the room because we used our own.
We then moved on to a very large selection of cakes. How did you get on with them?
Slowly. There were far too many cakes. It was a lovely selection, but there was far too many for us, and probably a bit too sweet for us. Unfortunately, the shortbread, which was covered in chantilly style cream and lumps of fruit. But unfortunately, it had all soaked into the shortbread, so soggy shortbread isn't my favourite. One of the chocolatey things wasn't to my liking, but it was to Ken's. He liked that. And the walnut cake Ken liked.
Yeah, it's good.
Didn't you?
It's good.
And I had the pink one, which was very pink and very sweet.
We then come on to which is normally our favourite part of a cream tea, which is the scones with cream and jam. So, how did you find the scones, Lindsay?
The scones were very nice. They were warm when they arrived, which was lovely. They were unfortunately very dry, but they, that's part of the course when you have something in your room. Sometimes that sort of thing happens. Huge amounts of cream and jam. The cream, I'm not quite sure what sort of cream it was, but yeah, very, very generous with that.
It's not real cream.
No, it's not.
Certainly not clotted
It's not
cream.
clotted cream.
It doesn't taste of cream at all.
And unfortunately with the scones, as soon as you cut into it, well, when I cut into mine, it kind of disintegrated, so it was really difficult to put the cream and jam on anyway. If I was to rate it overall, it's obviously not as good as some of the others that we've had over the years. But the fact that you can have this in your room and the whole experience of having this in your room is absolutely amazing. But I would say it's a sunny day and if you decided to have it on the balcony, you'd never fit it on that table.
No, it was very large, very generous, a very nice gesture. But I think the scones was the most disappointing thing for me because I had to have another cup of tea to basically remove them from the roof of my mouth because they were so dry they stuck to the roof of my mouth.
They're perhaps not quite as good as the ones I make at home.
Nowhere near as good as yours. And the cream was not clotted cream. I think it was probably whipped up cream with some sort of icing sugar in it.
But then that's us, isn't it?
Yeah, probably very healthy for you, but from two people that have been brought up in the countryside, one daughter of a dairy farmer, it was not right. After the excitement of the afternoon tea, we had to come back down to earth with a bang as we'd received our disembarkation information. So later that evening, it was time to put the glad rags on and head off to Bistro Sur La Mer for dinner. If you want a closer look at the menu, please just press the pause button. So this was our amuse-bouche, closely followed by our starters. Lindsey had the pâté en croûte and I had the escargot, but there was a story to tell.
Ken,
Yes?
are you hungry?
No, but
What's happened?
the waiter, very kindly, I ordered the escargot
Yes.
panko breadcrumbs, and he said they're nice done in garlic butter as well. And I said okay. I said well, I'll have the panko ones. And he said why don't you have some beach? And I said well,
Yeah, that would be nice.
a half portion, we'll try some, but no, he's done 2 full portions. I don't know where I'm going to eat all this to. For the main course, I had the filet mignon and Lindsey had the sea bass. For dessert, I had the rum baba and Lindsey had the lemon meringue. Unfortunately, we tucked into them so quickly we forgot to film them. So Lindsey,
We're sat in good spirits. We've got seats and good spirits.
and how exciting is that?
Very exciting. It doesn't happen very often.
And what's the reason for it?
Because they were empty.
And because we're earlier,
Yeah, we are a little bit earlier. Yeah.
that's what's made the difference, I think. So, we've just been to Bistro Sur La Mer
Yeah.
for dinner, and what did you think of it?
Well, out of the specialist restaurants that we tried on the ship, it's probably my least favourite.
And why? Service?
The service was amazing. Robert was lovely.
Robert was very special.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We met him in Alfredo's
Yeah, he was.
second day of cruise. So what was wrong with the food?
Nothing particularly. Just perhaps wasn't to my taste. I can't really pinpoint it.
So what did you have?
Well, I did try some of your
Escargot.
Escargot, that's right.
2 ways.
Yeah, they were right. I had a pate to start, and that was fine. Nothing special, but it was fine. And then I had the sea bass. We've got a local restaurant that does it a lot better.
Yeah. Well, I had the escargot 2 ways, and then I had the filet mignon. That was quite small, big enough though, and perfectly cooked. I had it medium rare, and it was beautiful. The gravy or sauce that it came with was with caramelized onions, and that was super. But it wasn't that warm. By the time I'd finished it, it was actually cold. I did let the waiter know the flavours were beautiful. Just nothing sort of shouted at you. It was a quiet dinner rather than a wow, this is special. After a few drinks, we went to the theatre to see Chris Watkins' Fireworks on 4 Strings show. That's how we ended our 6th day on board Sky Princess. If you've enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see the final part of our Sky Princess adventure, please subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit that notification bell.